I love this one. Watch the guy with the pink soft top right here. Whoop, he just lets it go. He's like, no, sir, I'm not trying to hang on. If he was to hang on to the board, obviously he would go flying over the falls with the board going here. This is the guy that says, hey, let me try your board. And then he paddles out. This is you right next to him. You see him on your board. You're like, okay, cool. Yeah, hey, hey, that's my board. That's my board. That's my surfboard. What are good friends for? And here's something you may never have seen before. This is J.O.B. on a boogie board. He was injured at the time and couldn't surf standing up. So he grabbed his sponge, saw the wedge was breaking, and went out there, charged. And look at that amount of water it's dumping on his head. Just, oh. Yeah, J.O.B. on a sponge, on a boogie board. It's super important to wax your board, especially there at the wedge or on bigger days, and that is exactly why. Ooh, this guy, or this is the sand. Like that's not good. Watch his face. Right when he first see how that back foot slides right there, and then the knee even kind of buckles it. Oh, but look at his face. He's like, oh no, this is not where I want to be sliding off my board at, because he knows what's gonna. He tried to save it actually, but right there, look at his face there. He knows what's gonna happen next. Luckily, it wasn't a huge wave, but it's still destructive. It's not always the people in the water that you have to watch out for getting wet and destroyed. And watch what happens here. Some of these waves, man, you guys got to be careful on the beach. Look at what's happening to all these cameramen, all these people, dog. This kid's like deathly afraid of getting water on him. But it's dangerous to be up here. If you're part of the crowd at the wedge, always be on alert. She's standing there. She looks like she has on pants, a bag, a jacket. People have gotten dragged in because when the water comes up, it's got to come back out as well. And it'll drag you back into that lineup, and then you're in a whole world of trouble. Not everyone gets afraid when that water comes up high like that. And this guy is dead proof of that. He is enjoying it. Okay, watch this guy here. He just wants to get a look down this vicious pit there at the wedge. We all do this. Like when you're paddling out, if it's a bigger day, you just kind of want to see what the view looks like, right? That's not rideable. It's straight vertical and then closes out. But we all want to see that. The dilemma that you're in is that if this thing catches you and brings you back over, it's not going to end well. You're going to be coming down the falls right into this. Whoa, look at that. You can see dirt coming out of that. It's so shallow there. It's literally hitting dirt, dragging it back up. It's dragging dirt back in here. It's so fun to watch, to see how that drop looks from that perspective. It's something we don't see from the beach. It's awesome. Now, it's not always the actual wave that might get you. In this case, it's sharp surfboard fins that nearly took him out. Luckily, as you see right here at the very start, and he's pointing to it, he knows where it is. Once you bail on the inside, your board could be here. So it's not necessarily this guy's fault. He sees the board. He knows that the board is going to be coming back out with this water as he's coming in. And voila, you have a really turns right there to get around that. That's a little more crazy than you think. You know, he still gets beaten on the inside, but not bad. But yeah, there's more than just a wave sometimes that you got to be worried about. This is a good example of you don't have to catch every wave. He backs off, right? You're like, oh no, he backed off. He didn't get the wave. Yeah, it's probably a good thing he didn't catch this wave. Look at this thing. It is gnarly. That guy probably would have ended up in the hospital. That is not a wave you want to try to ride. So you might be asking yourself, why does nobody go right at the wedge? Here's why. He's going to go right. See what comes over here? That is not good. Now he's getting tumbled and blasted and very, very shallow water. Basically what happens is there is a tiny wave. You may have seen in some of my episodes. Some guys will take off on this small wave banking off this jetty, and they'll come into the barrel. Well, if you're trying to surf it, you're going to run directly into that. Never good to surf that. Here comes the boogie boarder just getting demolished. Either way, you're going to get destroyed there at the wedge. You might be thinking, isn't it much easier just to go out and body surf this than not have the board? Oh, I think if the wedge wants to get you, the wedge is going to get you no matter if you have a bodyboard, a surfboard, a kite surf, I don't know. Watch what happens here as he comes down. His mouth is open. I think he's closing it because he goes face first. Oh, just slap to the side of the face. Watch his right arm. This is how you dislocate your arm, your shoulder, right there. Now, I don't know if he dislocated that, but that is a horrible way to go down. Anyway, hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode, watching people get destroyed. I'm Brad Jacobson, and I'll see you on the sand.